Hey everybody, Sick this year, going to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And like usual, I bought a lot, so let's get down to it. So as I stated in yesterday's video, I decided that I was going to start collecting movie soundtracks as well. So I decided to rummage through my wife's CD collection, see if there's anything that I wanted to commandeer from my collection, and I did come across a couple of things. First thing I found was That Thing You Do. This is a great soundtrack. Features a lot of good music, if for nothing less than the fact that this has a bunch of the songs from The Wonders on it. Those songs are great. For instance, That Thing You Do, Little Wild One, Dance With Me Tonight, All My Only Dreams, things like that. Those songs are great songs. If you like the movie, you definitely need the soundtrack. It is a really good soundtrack. And I also grabbed the soundtrack for American Pie. Pretty decent. Just a bunch of popular rock bands from the time. So it's pretty decent if you're into rock music from the late 90s and early 2000s. It's pretty good. And the last thing I grabbed was the soundtrack for Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Decent. Features some decent rock bands, a couple of pop groups. But all in all, pretty decent. Not the greatest soundtrack in the world, but like I said, it does feature some pretty decent tracks on it. So if you're into the movie, I'd say it's worth picking up. So that's it for what I borrowed from my wife last night. But as far as today goes, first place I stopped was at Best Buy. Grabbed myself Rango, got the Blu-ray DVD digital copy combo pack. I have not seen this movie yet. I was going to watch it tonight, but the wife wants to watch it, and she was going out with a friend, so she asked me not to watch it yet, so had to hold off on this one. But look forward to seeing this. I've heard great things. Apparently this movie is really, really good. I mean, I have not heard a negative thing from it. All my friends who saw it said they loved it. All the reviews I read said it's great, so really look forward to checking this out. Then from there, I ran over to a local pawn shop, grabbed myself the soundtrack for Pokemon, the first movie. This sucks. I only really grabbed it because I'm a big Pokemon fan, and I kind of want to pick up all the soundtracks, all the movies I have, just sort of what I want to do. This is horrible. I mean, if you like, well, let me rephrase that. If you like boy bands and pop groups and just pop artists in general, then you're going to love it. But I'm not into that. I mean, the lineup here is Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, NSYNC, Bewitch, 98 Degrees, Vitamin C, Aaron Carter. I mean, you get the gist. And that's the whole list. It's all bands or groups and pop stars like that. So this is pretty shoddy. I was hoping for maybe the original Pokemon theme, because it even says here Pokemon theme, but it was done by some guy named Billy Crawford, and it's all poppy and happy, and just it's not the original Pokemon theme. I mean, he's just covering it, and it just sounds awful. I was hoping for the actual original theme and maybe some of the actual music from it, but as it does state on the front, it says music from and inspired by the motion pictures. So I figured it wouldn't all be stuff from the movie, since like I said, it does feature all those bands I just read off. But I figured at least be some of the music, but it's not. So pretty horrible soundtrack. Unless you're just getting it for collecting purposes, I'd say avoid this one. Then from there, went to Goodwill, and I got a lot of great stuff. First thing I picked up was a couple more soundtracks. Grabbed the soundtrack to Sister Act 2. Love this movie. Had to grab the soundtrack. It's got a lot of the songs that Whoopi performs, and then some other stuff too, so this should be pretty good. And I got the soundtrack for Sleepless in Seattle. It looks alright. I mean, it doesn't look anything special, but like I said, just trying to get all the soundtracks, all the movies I have, so had to grab it. And the last one I got was Aladdin. Probably the one of, if not the best soundtrack that I'm probably ever going to own, because Aladdin is the best Disney movie, and if you ask me, also has the best soundtrack to any Disney movie ever made. I love all the songs. I mean, normally when I buy a Disney soundtrack, I'll pretty much listen to all the most popular songs, and I'll skip over all the instrumental stuff. But not this. I listen to the whole thing all the way through, because even the instrumental stuff is just great. I love this movie, and I love the soundtrack. I already had the soundtrack downloaded, but I wanted to own an actual physical hard copy of it. Only thing about this, I mean, look at that cover. That is horrible. Sorry, I'm getting a glare, but that is a horrible, horrible cover. This has been re-released a few times over the years since the movie came out, and from what I can gather, this was the first release, so they did a really shoddy job on that cover. The newer releases got a lot better cover art. But anyway, fantastic soundtrack. If you like the movie, then there's no reason why you should not own this. And then I found a bunch of really great DVDs at Goodwill as well. First thing I found was some History Channel documentaries with Saddam's Secret Tunnels. Apparently it's about a bunch of tunnels that Saddam Hussein had under Baghdad. Sounds pretty cool. I'm just a sucker for anything with that big H on it. I just had to pick it up. And I got Amazon Adventures. I don't know, I guess it's just about traveling in one of the most hospitable regions of the earth. I guess it's just about the Amazon, like the surrounding area. Very cool. Cannot wait to check that out. And the Dark Ages of Interrogation. This should be really twisted and cool, but it sounds awesome. Again, it's just got, it's History Channel. Had to grab it. And I got some more National Geographic to add to my collection with Grand Canyon, America's Wild Spaces. I love National Geographic documentaries. Had to grab this. And then from some movies. This I've heard of, never actually, I don't really know anything about it, never seen it or anything like that. But I picked up the 50th anniversary 2-disc special edition of The Man with the Golden Arm. As you can see, only paid $197 for it. I figured that's a good deal because this goes for a little bit online. So look forward to checking it out. I don't know, Frank Sinatra should be good. It got really good reviews, so look forward to watching that. This is the gem of today and probably the week in general. Piranha II: The Spawning. I do not own the original Piranha yet. I'm just waiting to find it for a better price. Really want to get it on Blu-ray. I've seen it on DVD for decent prices, but I keep passing it up because I'm hoping the Blu-ray will drop down someday. But so I don't own that yet, but I never in a million years thought I was going to be able to find this in a store. I just assumed if I ever wanted to get Piranha 2, I was going to have to order it online and pay like $20 or $15 or something like that for it. No, $1.97 a day. And when I saw this, I was like, there's no way this is not going to be scratched to hell. I figured I was going to open it up. It's going to look like somebody used it as a coaster. No. Perfect condition. Not a scratch on it. Not a fingerprint on it. In fact, just to let you guys know, I buy used movies a lot. You guys have probably noticed that. I never buy a used movie that has scratches on it. It has to be in pristine condition. It has to look like it just was brand new. So all my used movies are brand new looking. And this was as well. And I could not believe that this was in perfect condition. So had to grab this for $1.97. Awesome, awesome deal. I'm just so psyched that I found a copy of this. I cannot wait to watch it. But I do think I'll wait till I get the original Piranha first to watch this. But we'll see if I can hold out because I'm really looking forward to checking this out. Then these are just two blind buys. This is the films of Michael Powell. Comes with A Matter of Life and Death and Age of Consent. I know nothing about it. Like I said, they're blind buys. If you guys know anything about these, please let me know. Let me know if they're any good or not. They got really great reviews online. This also goes for a little bit online too, and they got this for, again, $1.97, great deal. Only downfall, had some, like, the cover art was a little messed up there. I guess it had a sticker, tape, or something on it that messed it up. But you know what? The discs were perfectly fine, so grab this. Just I thought it looked pretty interesting. Like I said, the reviews online for this are really good, so picked it up. Looking forward to checking these out. Then, of course, there's that Goodwill, so I had to grab a couple VHS tapes. First thing I picked up was A Simple Twist of Faith. I absolutely love Steve Martin. His movies are just awesome, especially as like family-friendly comedies. I'm a huge fan of those, so had to grab this. Looks like it's awesome. I cannot wait to check this out. I'll probably watch this one really soon because just there's something about family-friendly Steve Martin comedies that I just find so awesome. So look forward to watching that. And then again, to grab some more National Geographic, grabbed Cameraman Who Dared. I know you can't see that, but I assure you it says Cameraman Who Dared. Again, I just love National Geographic. I have a ton of VHS and DVDs of National Geographic. I just love the videos. They're very well done documentaries. I mean, it's National Geographic. We all know the quality of them. They're just great. So I had to grab this. It's going to be awesome, I'm sure. And the last thing I picked up today, this was a complete blind buy, and that was Monster High. I also watched this today as well, so give me a sec, and I'll come back to this, and we'll talk about it. So that's it for what I bought today, so now onto what I watched. And the first thing I did was I finished up Season 6 of Smallville. I have really mixed feelings about Smallville. I really enjoy the show. I enjoy the stories. The problem is all the filler. Every season seems to have a really great plot. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving how the whole thing is coming along. Just, learning about Clark Kent and his relationship with Lex Luthor and everything. It's a really well done story, except for there's so many filler episodes. I mean, on the plus side, even in the filler episodes, they don't completely leave out the plot. They do kind of maybe use it a little bit or hint at it or talk about it somewhat. So they keep the plot kind of going, but they don't really. It's kind of like maybe they'll have like an episode that really features on that plot of that season, and they'll really get into it, and they'll do like maybe two filler episodes, and another episode that really gets into it, and like two more filler episodes, and it's just like, really, why can't they just make every episode really strong, really about the plot, really onto it? Why do we need a freak of the week? Why do we need some random bad guy that Clark Kent has to fight? I mean, they could add bad guys that Clark Kent has to fight without making it like a freak of the week, type episodes. I don't know. I really, like I said, I really do enjoy it, but I just wish there wasn't so much filler. But this season was great. Ended on a really cool cliffhanger. We learned about Chloe's new, apparently Chloe has powers from the meteor. She just found out in the season. And the last episode, we kind of get a glimpse of what her power might be. Apparently, Lana's dead, but she's not really dead. I know she comes back, so I don't know how, though, so I look forward to watching that. And Lex Luthor gets hauled off to jail. But did he kill her? Did he not? Seems like he doesn't know anything about it, but he could be lying. I don't know. There's apparently, I don't know if it's actually the character Bizarro. I guess it's supposed to be, because they do make a really cheesy reference to Bizarro, or the character who Clark's fighting in the last episode being Bizarro. So maybe it is. I'm not sure. I'll have to watch the next season to understand that. But that ended on a good cliffhanger. I do look forward to watching Season 7. Unfortunately, Season 7, it's the one time I'll ever say unfortunately this. I bought it on Blu-ray. And the reason that's unfortunate is because I don't have a Blu-ray player at work. And I watch these at work. So I'm going to have to watch them at home, which means I'm probably only going to maybe watch an episode a day, and even then, who knows, I might go like a couple of days without watching an episode, so it's probably going to take me a very long time to get through the 7th season of Smallville, but still, look forward to checking it out. This was good. I like Smallville. I don't know what else to say about it, except for the fact that it could be better, but it's still pretty decent. And the last thing I watched, like I said, was Monster High. I picked this up because, A, it was only $4, which was a great deal. And I saw, it said Monster High. I knew from reading the back that it was a horror comedy. It got mixed reviews online, but all the people who liked it online, like on Amazon stuff, were saying, oh, it's a super cheesy 80s horror comedy. I'm like, well, I like super cheesy. I like 80s horror comedies. It's probably right up my alley. No. It really wasn't that good. The acting was bad. The plot, I understood the plot, but it didn't make any sense. It was just kind of a dumb movie. I would say probably stay away from this one. I'm not even sure what to say about it, just because it was so not very good. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think if this movie had like any redeeming qualities whatsoever. Not really. I mean, some of the special effects were okay. I mean, even let's say even the special effects weren't even that great. I mean, I've seen some really bad movies that I didn't like, but the special effects made it worth watching. Not really. The special effects were pretty bad. I mean, there was a couple, like I said, a couple of okay ones. Sort of felt like a movie maybe like a kid in college would have made or something like that. I mean, the whole thing was like narrated by this random voice, and it just wasn't very good. So if you're into horror comedies like I am, love horror comedies, especially cheesy 80s ones, this one's just a little too cheesy, a little too badly done. It's not very good. So I would say stay away from this one. Don't check it out. Luckily, like I said, I only paid $4 for it, so that was good, but it just wasn't very good. I was definitely not digging it. I was disappointed. So, oh well, what are you gonna do? Can't like them all. So Monster High, not so much. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. I'm not gonna do a recap again because I bought way too much stuff, but got a lot of great stuff. All that whole set was like the whole pile of stuff only came out for like $20. So awesome deal. Can't wait to watch a lot of those. So excellent day. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya.